Good afternoon, folks. It's been a while. Would-be farmer here, Bayard, New Mexico, and we are moving again. If you can believe it. We're moving to Silver City. So we're moving about it's about a 15-minute drive, I guess. 10 miles further west to the hub of the county, the hub of Grant County. Bayard's a quaint little town. It's at its heyday, it was about 3,000 people during the full-on mining operations. The considerable downsizing of mining in the area has resulted in a lower population. I think there's probably about 1,500 people here, and there are 10 dogs for every person. I think there's about 10 dogs for every person. Anyway, one of the things we noticed about, besides the dogs, about New Mexico is it seemed like every neighborhood had a house or two that looked like it needed a lot of cosmetic help. Let's just put it that way. It needed a lot of cosmetic help. When we lived in Florida, hi guys, I see, hi, I know you're bored, I know you're bored. We lived in Florida, we lived in a relatively poor area. But here it seems quite a bit different, and I think largely because the economy has changed. Economy has changed quite a bit. That there are people who can't afford their houses. People leave, people move, and a few of the houses are in disrepair. And this is typical in almost all neighborhoods, except the quite well-off ones. Well, we're not fiscally well off. We don't have tons of money, so we're going to be in a regular neighborhood like everybody else. So, a couple of the houses right across the street from our place looked a little suspect, and we knew that before we got here. What we didn't know is what level. Ooh, they are loud, very loud, and their visitors are loud, and their visitors are frequent. Let me just describe the place like this. If you saw an episode of Cops and you saw a house where they were going to do a raid, well, this house looks a lot like that. In fact, there's two of them. Lots of visitors, lots of noise, late noise. We've had firecrackers on, 2 days after New Year's. I guess they kept celebrating. They were up throwing firecrackers at 4 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I can't remember. It was pretty bad. One time they set off fireworks, came over to our lawn area. I wouldn't call it a lawn area, our vegetation area. There's very few lawns here. Desert Southwest area, desert foothills actually of the Pinos Altos Black Range. And it caught fire, so the fire department showed up, and it was kind of ugly. But yeah, they let their dogs run, and they get cited for it, and they're good for an hour or maybe a day, and they keep them in, and then all of a sudden they're out again. And the thing is because we're not from this area, and this is an established area where families have been here 50, 100, 150 years. Many of them have been here probably since the incorporation of this area, this town of Bayard and of Silver City. And so for us to come in here into a primarily Hispanic area, blue-eyed people from Florida, and come in and ask questions or ask people to behave differently, whether right or wrong, it's just not going to work well. And all the other neighbors around, they came over and greeted us and helped us, and everybody helped us. In fact, even the gangsters helped us. When I went over to borrow a bolt cutter, he said, "Yeah, sure, man, here you go, anytime." I was like, "Okay, thanks." But the thing is, nobody can get them to behave. Even the police, when the police came over, because the vegetation was on fire, they said, "Yeah, we've tried to do this and tried to do that. We just can't And they even had nails in the alley and were popping our cop tires. And I was like, oh. So here's a community, and they all know, everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. They can't do anything about it. So anyway, it's a very loud neighborhood. We've been here almost a year. And anyway, one of the houses and neighborhoods that we circled before we got here came up for sale. Put an offer in, it's been accepted. We're going through the loan process now. So hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be moved into our new abode, and I will update you on that when it happens. I hope y'all are doing well, and thanks for listening. Take care.